Have you ever been walking through your living room, maybe heading to the kitchen for a cup of tea, and suddenly felt a little unsteady on your feet? Or maybe you've noticed that getting up from your favorite chair isn't as easy as it used to be. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we get older, our balance can start to feel a bit off, and that's completely normal. But here's the good news: there are simple, effective ways to improve your balance and reduce the risk of falls, and it doesn't have to be complicated or overwhelming. In this video, we're going to talk about 4 simple exercises you can do to strengthen your balance and feel more confident on your feet. These exercises are designed specifically for folks over 65, and the best part is, you can do them right at home. No fancy equipment, no gym memberships, just you, a little bit of space, and a willingness to take care of yourself. Because let's face it, staying active and independent is something we all want, no matter our age. Now, before we dive into the exercises, let's take a moment to talk about why balance is so important. As we age, our muscles naturally lose some of their strength, and our reflexes might not be as sharp as they once were. This can make us more prone to slips, trips, and falls. And while a fall might not seem like a big deal, it can have serious consequences, especially as we get older. But the good news is, with a little bit of effort, we can improve our balance, strengthen our muscles, and keep ourselves safe and steady. So, let's get started with the first exercise. I like to call this one the standing march. It's a great way to warm up your body and get your muscles ready for the other exercises we'll be doing. Here's how it works: stand up straight, holding onto the back of a sturdy chair or a countertop for support if you need it. Now, slowly lift one knee up toward your chest, just like you're marching in place. Hold it there for a couple of seconds, then lower it back down. Repeat with the other leg. Try to do this about 10 times on each side. The key here is to take it slow and steady. This isn't a race, it's about building strength and stability. If you feel wobbly, that's okay. Just hold onto your support a little tighter. Over time, as your balance improves, you might find that you don't need to hold on as much. And that's the goal, to feel more confident and steady on your feet. Now, let's move on to the second exercise, which is all about strengthening your legs. Strong legs are essential for good balance, and this exercise, called the sit-to-stand, is a fantastic way to build that strength. Here's how you do it. Start by sitting in a sturdy chair, preferably one without arms. Place your feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Now, lean forward slightly and push through your heels to stand up. Try not to use your hands to help you. This is all about using your leg muscles. Once you're standing, pause for a moment, then slowly sit back down. Aim to do this 8 to 10 times. If you find this a bit challenging at first, that's completely normal. You can always use your hands to help push yourself up until you build more strength. And remember, it's not about how many times you can do it, it's about doing it safely and consistently. Over time, you'll notice that standing up from a chair becomes easier and easier. Now, before we move on to the next exercises, let's take a quick moment to talk about how often you should be doing these. Ideally, you'll want to do these exercises about 3 to 4 times a week. But listen to your body. If you're feeling tired or sore, it's okay to take a break. The goal is to make this a regular part of your routine, not something that feels like a chore. And remember, even small improvements can make a big difference in your overall balance and confidence. So, we've covered the standing march and the sit-to-stand, 2 simple but effective exercises to get you started. In the next part of this video, we'll dive into 2 more exercises that will help you take your balance to the next level. These exercises focus on improving your core strength and coordination, which are just as important as leg strength when it comes to staying steady on your feet. So, grab a glass of water, take a quick breather, and I'll meet you back here in just a moment. Welcome back. I hope you're feeling good after trying out those first 2 exercises, the standing march and the sit-to-stand. Remember, it's all about taking small, consistent steps toward better balance. And now, we're going to build on that foundation with 2 more exercises that focus on your core strength and coordination. These are just as important as leg strength when it comes to staying steady and confident on your feet. let's start with the third exercise, which I like to call the heel-to-toe walk. This one is fantastic for improving your coordination and helping you feel more stable when you're walking. Here's how it works. Find a clear space in your home where you can take about 10 steps in a straight line. If you're worried about balance, feel free to do this near a wall or countertop so you can lightly touch it for support if needed. Now, stand up straight and place one foot directly in front of the other so that the heel of your front foot touches the toe of your back foot. It's almost like you're walking on a tightrope, but don't worry, you don't need to be a circus performer to do this. Take slow, deliberate steps, focusing on keeping your balance as you move forward. Try to do this for about 10 steps, then turn around and walk back the same way. If this feels a bit tricky at first, that's okay. You can start by taking smaller steps or even just practicing standing in the heel-to-toe position without moving. The key is to challenge yourself just enough to feel a little wobbly, but not so much that you feel unsafe. Over time, you'll notice that your coordination improves, and walking in a straight line becomes much easier. Now, let's move on to the fourth exercise, which is all about strengthening your core. You might be wondering, why does my core matter for balance? Well, your core muscles, the ones around your abdomen and lower back, are like your body's natural stabilizers. When they're strong, they help keep you upright and steady, whether you're standing, walking, or even just reaching for something on a high shelf. This exercise is called the single leg stand, and it's a great way to work on both your core strength and your balance. Here's how to do it. Stand up straight, holding onto the back of a sturdy chair or countertop for support if you need it. Now, slowly lift one foot off the ground, bending your knee slightly so that your foot is a few inches above the floor. Try to hold this position for about 10 to 15 seconds, then switch to the other leg. Aim to do this 3 to 5 times on each side. If holding for 10 seconds feels too long at first, start with just 5 seconds and work your way up. And if you're feeling really steady, you can challenge yourself by letting go of the chair for a few seconds at a time. Just remember, safety first, always make sure you have something nearby to grab onto if you need it. Now, let's take a moment to talk about how these exercises work together to improve your balance. The standing march and sit-to-stand focus on building leg strength, which is essential for standing and walking. The heel-to-toe walk improves your coordination, helping you move more smoothly and confidently. And the single leg stand strengthens your core, which keeps you stable and upright. When you combine all 4 exercises, you're giving your body the tools it needs to stay balanced and reduce the risk of falls. But here's something important to keep in mind. Balance isn't just about physical strength, it's also about mental focus. When you're doing these exercises, try to really pay attention to how your body feels. Notice the muscles you're using, the way your weight shifts, and how your feet connect with the ground. This mindfulness can make a big difference in how effective the exercises are. And don't forget to breathe. It's easy to hold your breath when you're concentrating, but steady, deep breaths can help you stay relaxed and focused. Try to inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth, keeping your breathing smooth and even. By now, you've learned all 4 exercises, and you're well on your way to improving your balance. But before we wrap up this part of the video, I want to remind you that progress takes time. If you don't notice a difference right away, that's completely normal. The important thing is to keep at it, even if it's just a few minutes a day. Over time, you'll start to feel stronger, steadier, and more confident. In the next part of this video, we'll talk about how to incorporate these exercises into your daily routine, as well as some additional tips for staying safe and preventing falls. So, take a moment to rest, grab a glass of water, and I'll see you back here in just a bit. You're doing great. Keep it up. Welcome back. By now, you've learned 4 simple yet powerful exercises to improve your balance: the standing march, the sit-to-stand, the heel-to-toe walk, and the single leg stand. You're already taking important steps toward feeling stronger, steadier, and more confident in your daily life. But before we wrap things up, let's talk about how to make these exercises a regular part of your routine and share some additional tips to help you stay safe and prevent falls. First, let's talk about consistency. Like anything in life, the key to seeing results is sticking with it. These exercises don't have to take up a lot of time, just 10 to 15 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week, can make a big difference. Try to find a time of day that works best for you. Maybe it's in the morning after you've had your coffee, or in the evening while you're watching your favorite TV show. The important thing is to make it a habit. If you're worried about remembering to do the exercises, try tying them to something you already do every day. For example, you could do the standing march and sit to stand right after brushing your teeth, or the heel-to-toe walk while you're waiting for the kettle to boil. By linking these exercises to your existing routine, you're more likely to stick with them. Now, let's talk about safety. While these exercises are designed to be safe and gentle, it's always a good idea to take a few precautions. First, make sure you have a sturdy chair or countertop nearby for support, especially when you're just starting out. Wear comfortable, non-slip shoes, and clear any clutter or tripping hazards from the area where you're exercising. If you have any concerns about your balance or health, it's always a good idea to check with your doctor or a physical therapist before starting a new exercise routine. Another tip for staying safe is to listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, whether it's pain, dizziness, or just a sense of being off, stop and take a break. It's okay to modify the exercises to suit your needs. For example, if the single leg stand feels too challenging, you can start by just lifting your foot an inch or two off the ground instead of holding it up higher. The goal is to challenge yourself, but not to the point of discomfort or risk. Now, let's talk about some additional ways to prevent falls in your everyday life. One of the simplest things you can do is to keep your home well lit, especially in areas like hallways, staircases, and bathrooms. Night lights can be a great help if you need to get up during the night. You might also consider installing grab bars in your bathroom or using non-slip mats in the shower or bathtub. These small changes can make a big difference in keeping you safe. Another important tip is to stay mindful of your posture. When you're standing or walking, try to keep your head up, your shoulders back, and your weight evenly distributed over both feet. This not only helps with balance, but also reduces strain on your back and joints. And when you're sitting, try to avoid slouching. Sit up straight with your feet flat on the floor and your knees at a 90-degree angle. Finally, don't underestimate the power of staying active in other ways. Walking is one of the best exercises for overall health and balance, so try to get outside for a stroll whenever you can. If the weather isn't great, even walking around your house or doing some light gardening can help keep you moving. The more you stay active, the stronger and more confident you'll feel. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to recap what we've covered. You've learned 4 simple exercises to improve your balance: the standing march, the sit-to-stand, the heel-to-toe walk, and the single leg stand. You've also picked up some tips for staying safe, making these exercises a habit, and preventing falls in your daily life. Remember, it's never too late to start taking care of yourself, and even small changes can have a big impact. I want to leave you with this thought: aging is a natural part of life, but how we age is something we can influence. By taking these steps to improve your balance and strength, you're not just reducing your risk of falls, you're investing in your independence, your confidence, and your overall quality of life. And that's something to be proud of. If you found this video helpful, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What exercises are you excited to try? Do you have any tips of your own for staying steady and strong? Let's keep the conversation going and support each other on this journey. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips and advice on living your best life at any age. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, every step you take toward better balance is a step toward a healthier, happier you. Here's to staying strong, steady, and independent for years to come. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.